I never knew I could drive like that. I was going faster than I've ever gone before, and yet it seemed like it was happening in slow motion. I was seeing 3 and 4 moves ahead, weaving in and out of lanes like an Olympic skier on a gold medal run. I knew I was challenging the very laws of physics. At Queens Boulevard, I took the shoulder. At Jewel Avenue, I used the median. And then I hit the Van Wyck. They say no one's ever beaten the Van Wyck. But gentlemen, I'll tell you this. I came as close as anyone ever has. And if it hadn't been for that 5-car pileup on Rockaway Boulevard, that numbskull would be on a plane for Seattle right now instead of looking for a parking space downstairs.
Hey, what's up, man? It is the Ace Michael Show. And last year around this time, we started the pandemic, and you were sequestered at your house watching the show. And we were, probably one of a few things that you watched on social media glued to your computer. And guess what? Here we are a year later, and you're still glued to your computer, even though you're not sequestered as much. Hey, man, such is life. If you ever want to be a guest on the show, you're welcome to. Just all you do is send us a message and say, hey, I'd like to be on the show. We can get you on, have you discuss what's on your mind, your heart. What is your heart aching to tell the world? And like I always say, if you got it on your chest, come be a guest. Today, my guest is Mary. Hello, Mary. Hello, darling.
Hey. Hello.
And
How
Mary,
you doing?
You give us a little bit of your history. You're an actress, I know that, and you're a professional actress, which is a very much distinction from a lot of actors don't get to have that professional title put before their name, right? But so you've been doing this for a while. So tell us a little bit about your story.
That was a long road. I decided to chase my dreams of becoming an actress when I was 47. So it was 10 years ago. And I asked an actor, professional actor, because that's what you do. If you're looking for something, you got to ask somebody who's already been successful at it. So he advised me to do some background. So I got signed up for a background gigs for Glee, Grey's Anatomy, stuff like that. And a rapper, his name is Macklemore, picked me from the pictures on my background profile for co-starring on one of his videos.
Which video? Because I like Macklemore.
He's awesome. It's called White Walls.
Nice.
And yeah, I played Trailer Trash, and they flew me to Seattle. It was a blast. That was my very first gig. I didn't have any acting experience. I was terrified. So that's what.
So just so I can get this correct, so you are at 50-ish, 50, how old are you?
Right now I'm 56, I'm about to be 57.
And when did you do the video?
I was 48 or 49, something like that, 48.
Did that blow your mind to be 48 years old and in this millennial video with like these young kids running around? Like, I'm sure that made you a star in the ghetto, right?
No. Actually didn't really do much. I got a couple of youngsters that recognized me at Ross, but
that was cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, congratulations on that. Some people
it was fun
in anything. They spend their whole career doing auditions. That's awesome. So you did that, and you said Grey's Anatomy?
Well, I was background. What happened was after Macklemore approached me, he's a really great guy. And I didn't have any acting experience, but I didn't tell him that. And I didn't know what to do. I was terrified. So I decided after that, I was going to take acting classes. And that's when that got the ball rolling, actually. So.
Interesting. Now you said like people recognize you at Ross, right? So the slant of that to me says that there's a difference between the real life and the acting life. And when the two come together, sometimes they collide, right? Like when people post things on their social media, like if I'm trying to be an actor, I probably shouldn't talk out about political stuff on my feed, because then when I go to Ross, people are going to be angry when they see me and go, hey man, I read your thing and I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't agree. You know what I mean? So is that kind of, would you agree with that?
Yes. The thing is, you don't want to cut your nose to spite your face. You know, if you're an actor and you want to be a professional actor, you want to kind of behave professional on social media, because that is your platform to promote yourself. How do you want to promote yourself? That's the key. Ask yourself that. Do I want to look like a fanatic? Do I want to be extreme in anything? Not really. But then to each his own. This is just from my personal experience. I'd rather keep it happy, social, acting related, and positive. It serves me well. So.
No, I like where you're going with it, but I think, please tell us a bit more. Like, do you have some personal experience of someone who pushed it too far on social media?
Yeah, I know several actors that went right on Facebook as soon as they didn't get a part and bitched and complained about the casting director. Well, guess what, buddy? That casting director is never going to cast you. Right. I mean, I don't blame them.
Right. Well, just out of curiosity, what was the bitch about? Why would you? How does the casting director even come into that stream?
Well, they literally named the casting director and said that they were rude. The casting director was mean. The casting director is stupid because they're the best actress in the world or actor in the world, and they should have cast him. They're dumb. Okay, that's mature. No, you don't do that. And the casting director saw it because they named the person. Yeah.
How would you handle it differently?
Pardon?
How would you handle it differently?
I would never even mention. You just don't go online and mention your auditions. Had a great audition, blah, 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 stay positive. Unless there was some kind of abuse, physical abuse, then I would, warn other actors about this person, because that's dangerous, Mm-hmm. But other than just having a bad experience and being angry that you didn't get the part, you're going to go on social media and rip this person a new one? Come on. This is a professional person in the industry. You want to get on their good side.
Yeah. And a lot of our own personal views probably conflict as well. Like, during the beginning of the pandemic, there were a lot of conspiracy theorist people. We did this whole one president versus another. And if you were in this mindset, then people would unfriend you and things like that. The social media seemed to be a lot more telling than us giving an individual the opportunity to meet them in person and find out what their true views were. But when you're an actor, I almost want to say it doesn't matter what your views are. You're playing a character, and you really need to be known as that character. Don't be known on the outside of that for your social media views, because it makes it hard for your fan base, if you have a fan base, it makes it hard for them to lose themselves the next time they see you in a role. Would you agree with that, Mary?
Ace, that was perfectly said. You took the words right out of my mouth. You have to put your best foot forward. You're promoting yourself. You're the CEO of your company as an actor. You're the CEO of your company. So you don't want somebody else promoting you. You want to promote yourself. Of course, you want your agent, your reps to promote you, of course, but you also have to promote yourself. You don't sit around and wait for the auditions. Go out there and get them. But you also have to show your work, show your reels, your footage of you in great acting roles. If you don't have any, create your own. You have a camera. You have a video video capabilities on your phone, create your own content and share your greatness. Don't tell people I'm a great actor or I'm a great actress. That's not a selling point. Everybody's a great actor or actress. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. It's not a selling point. Show.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Show the industry.
I think if you have to say it, then it's probably not so true.
Probably not true. And a lot of showrunners feel that way, I think. That's what I've experienced. I don't say I'm great. If they ask me, what do you think you can give to this production? I said, I can give professionalism and I can give you my best work. And that's that.
Now, you mentioned one thing that I thought was kind of interesting. You mentioned a lot of things that were interesting. This one thing, though, you said abuse. Now, we're still in this Me Too situation, and we don't want to use social media to bash other people. But like I said, you mentioned abuse. So are you saying if you went into a casting and there was something that crossed the line legally, physically, abusively, yes, you should put that on social media? Is that what you're saying?
I would say I would tread really lightly and do this like very gingerly because if somebody abuses you, like I had a casting director that wanted to take me out, wanted to go out with me, and I said no. And he got pissed off and told me I'll never work in Hollywood again. Now, I did go on a site on Facebook that it was all about the industry, the professional industry. And I did write that in there and they took it into consideration.
So now you just stepped on a big thing. We can't just go past this. So you're actually that person who was told to their face that if you didn't go out with this guy, you didn't sleep with him or whatever, a guy or a girl, this person.
With a man, yeah.
If you didn't, you were told to your face that you would never work in this town.
He actually,
with him, you'd never work with him again.
He broadcasted. No, he said anywhere. He's going to spread the word, and he broadcasted it on Facebook. So
how does that even work? How does he go to another place? You know what I'm saying? I can't see him in the buffet line over at the Paramount commissary, and he's like, "Can I get some more of those peas? Hey, by the way, Mary Dallas, don't work with her. She didn't go down on me. Don't work with her ever." You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? How is he credible if he's going to put you in a position like that? He's not even credible to say to somebody, "Don't work with Mary Dallas," right?
That was the general consensus. I put it out there. I just put the interaction. I took a screenshot of it and shared it. Yep. And I let them judge.
What? What interaction?
It was actually it was a public post that he made on Facebook.
Wow, Mary, you got the good stuff, girl. So he wanted you so bad. He was like, man. I'm going to broadcast to people that I couldn't do this thing. Really?
He really did. So I just shared it. I didn't say anything, Ace. I just shared it. Let them handle it. And they did. They went off, on this guy.
Okay, first off,
it was a long time.
A lot of sex. So I don't know how these interactions work where you're literally talking about sex instead of just having sex. But if you are just talking about sex, I'm curious how this worked. Where you guys were how did you go from talking about the casting, the character's motivations, the day you need to be available for the shooting to, by the way,
you want to go out with me?
You know what I mean?
Well, he wanted to take me on a date.
So he asked you out directly on the casting call?
Actually, he was saying, "Oh, I have a part that you'd be great for, blah, 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 yada, yada."
Oh, he had a part you'd be great for. Right? You had some parts you thought were great too. Yeah. Okay, so, but how did he say it? Like, did he, at the beginning when you walked in the casting call?
Well, no, it was all on Facebook, the whole interaction.
So
he contacted me on Facebook and asked me if I was interested in a role. And I said, of course, And then he said, "Oh, we'd love to take you out to dinner." I'm like, "Well, I'm not dating right now. And I'm kind of with someone too, maybe."
Right.
And he's like, well, forget it then. You'll never work at you little bitch or whatever. He called me names.
Oh my God.
He called me names, Ace.
And by the way, if I was a bitch, I would take offense to that. And I'd be like, look, first off, I ain't no little bitch. If I'm a bitch, I'm a big bitch. Okay? Just know that. I'm the biggest bitch you ever gonna see.
That's
but,
right.
Okay, so you guys never met in person. So he approached you on Facebook and said, hey, you know, I'm the casting director. I'm browsing profiles on Facebook, and I saw yours and thought you'd be great for a role.
That's exactly how it happened.
Okay, and you didn't take the bait. And then I would imagine there were a few Facebook streams, and then at one of them, he decides to say, I'd like to take you out.
Yeah, he goes, well, I would love to take you out. You have such a beautiful smile. You're this like perfect woman for me. I'm like, you don't even know me, dude. You never even heard my voice. I thought, what a nut job. And yeah, and I said, no, I don't think so. This isn't eHarmony, dude. This is my professional acting website. I use Facebook for my professional acting website, so I don't have to pay for it. I mean, it's great. And so he's like, what? You little bitch, blah, blah, blah. Called me whore, this and that. I'm talking awful things. Even the C word.
Oh, the C word? Countryman? He called you countryman? No, a different C word.
You know the C word.
So
it was awful.
That's just the other women then, right? You know that. You know that that's the MO.
For him?
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine who's dumb enough to fall for it?
Can you imagine?
Who would
Somebody who's very, that's another thing, Ace. I'm glad you brought that up. Never show desperation. Even at a audition, on social media, don't beg people to cast you. That's awful. Please, actors, don't do that. Please, please.
So is this just part of a thing that actors need to realize that, okay, you've got to, as an actor, you've got to show up on time for auditions. You've got to memorize your line. You got to fend off sex predators. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this just part of the ABCs of acting?
Well, you got to know how to navigate yourself around the business side of it. A lot of actors just wait around to get that call from their agent. You got to promote yourself. You got to make connections. Most of my bookings lately are from my own connections. It's amazing.
And social media plays a part in that.
Right, 100%. I got them all on social media.
Did you have any other perverts approach you from social media?
Oh, God, constantly. You know, I block at least 10 people a day.
A day?
A day. They private message me. Hi, beautiful. As soon as they go, hi, it's over. I'm like,
not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's just
funny.
Embarrassing for my guys. You know, like I know guys differently than you know guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I know guys that are guys. They just act like regular guys. And then when they get around women, I hear stories that I go, you mean to tell me he did it? Like, no, I know him. I know him to be a pool playing, moose killing, manly man, American guy. You know, and he's not the kind of guy that would proposition you on Facebook, at least as far as I know. But then, of course, that's the beauty of social media, is that we get to disguise ourselves from who we really are. We become something else on social media.
You never know who you're talking to. Oh, and I play pool, by the way. I shoot a mean game of pool.
So this social media predator, did he contact you back ever after that? Or would he, after he was exposed, he just let it go?
Oh, they all attacked him. I never heard from him again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you realize you broke his heart because you were the woman for him, you know?
Well, no, he was too mean to be brokenhearted. He was mean.
Wow.
I don't think he's ever shed a tear in his life.
Wow. So for recap, Mary Dallas says, listen, you're on social media to be a professional. Do that. Watch what you say that may filter out into upsetting the wrong people, because everybody's looking at your social media. And if you're on that sex pervert game, no, sir, not going to happen. Don't put that stuff out there on social media. Nobody wants to hear it. Is that pretty much it, Mary?
That's it. That's what eHarmony's for, folks.
And that is it. And Mary, how do we reach you on the social media now that we've become fans of you? We want to stalk you pleasantly and follow all the work you're doing.
Well, I'm on Twitter and Facebook, and I have my own YouTube channel. And I have some tips on there. I made some videos, and I put a couple of my auditions and my monologue on there. It's kind of funny. So if you want to check it out on YouTube.
Interesting character building stories. Mary Dallas on the show today. Thank you so much, Mary, for being my guest on the show. Guys, you know what I say at the end of every show, and I still mean it. Live the life you love. Love the life you live. Thank you.
Thank you, Ace. Bye.
Hi, I'm Mary Dallas from Old But Not Dead. Today, we're on the street talking to random women about what it's like to go from being young and hot to older. There's a lady now. Hold on, let's go ask her. Hello, ma'am. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question?
Okay.
We're from the show Old But Not Dead, and we're asking women, what was it like for you to go from being young and hot to older? Spill it.
Oh, God, well, I feel kind of invisible. You know, I used to get whistled at a lot. Doesn't
That's
happen.
all the time, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, God, me too. I used to get whistled everywhere I went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See, folks, these are the topics that we will be covering on Old But Not Dead. Join us on VidChat.